another episode of the Mommyana podcast with Mommyana Elia. I'm super excited because I have a couple of guests here who are very near and dear to my heart. I have my mom right here, Mommyana Elia, and then I also have two of my cousins, Mommyana Demiko and Mommyana Toni. So today and they're actually joining us all the way from Jacksonville, Florida. We're here in Denver, Colorado. So
Duval?
Right? Mommyana all around the world all around the US with it, coast to coast. But yeah, so we'll just start off with like a little brief check-in. How was y'all's week or your weekend?
Oh, my weekend was great. Since we bought our house recently, we've just been painting all weekend long. So it's been really busy.
Nice. Do you like painting? I hated painting.
I love it because of the results. I love the end result so much that I will go through the process every single time.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Every single time. I will not.
Right. Come help us paint our house.
We did not like that.
No, it takes so long. I'm like, oh my. Maybe because the person who was leading it was a stressful person.
Don't let her front now. She thought that was like Harry Potter because we came over there and she was like, Mom, I don't remember when I was growing up it took this long to paint.
No.
And I was like, where were you all those times we even made you paint?
It's been taking a long time. I'm not saying it doesn't take a long time, but because I like the end result, I'll get through the process.
Yeah. Well, once you're done, the end result, you're like, oh, that's, as my grandbaby said, that's nice.
Hey.
It's worth it. Well, how was your week?
My week was okay. I've been dealing with this pinched nerve. Other than that, fine.
She been in a lot, but she is G, so she got it.
What about you, Mom?
Let's see. I've been thinking. You said just the weekend?
The weekend.
The week, yeah.
Oh, I've been stressing about work stuff all weekend, but for the most part, it's pretty good.
Good.
How about you, Aaliyah?
My week has been pretty good. What did I do this past week? Well, I'm just getting over a cold, so if my voice sounds a little like raspy or manly, that's why. But I'm feeling a lot better now. Me and Honey Bun had a sleepover at one of my good friends' house yesterday.
Aww.
So that was pretty fun. She has a son, so Honey Bun and her son were able to play. And then last night, I took one of my best friends out to get some wings for his birthday. That was cool. Today I got a surprise. Yeah, some hot wings.
Ooh.
Yeah, it was pretty good. But we drove all the way to Broomfield. Actually, it wasn't that good. So let me not lie. It wasn't worth the drive.
Yeah, that's a long way. Them wings better be good.
Right. They were not hitting like that. But it was his birthday. I'm like, okay, wherever you want to go, food, whatever. It's up to you. And then today I got a massage. So that was really amazing. I try to do that for myself at least once a week. So that was nice. Any challenges anyone had this week? Well, Mom, I know what your challenge is.
Bryson, my son, he had a fever over the weekend because he got his first shots, and I guess it's normal for them to get a fever after their first shots. But as a first-time mom, I definitely freaked out a little bit. So it was a challenge to stay calm the whole weekend and be like, he'll break, it'll be fine.
Yeah, she called me talking about how come you didn't come over.
Did you cry when he got his shots?
I didn't go to the shots. I worked, but he did cry, I guess. And my fiance was freaking out a little bit, and I didn't want to be the person to make it more stressful, so I decided to stay home.
Yeah, sometimes I could. I didn't cry. I just wanted to slap the nurse, though. I'm like, I don't know.
I never really went with Toni when she was little. I always made Anthony go because I didn't think I would go through with it. As soon as they poked her one time, I'd be like, okay, that's all for today. She wouldn't have got all her shots.
My challenge was this morning, starting my car. I don't know what's going on with it, but I'm going to take it to the shop tomorrow. I mean, it starts, but something's wrong with the wheels. I don't know. But I'm gonna take it tomorrow. Hopefully everything's cool because I'm not trying to get no new car. It's paid off. I don't need no payments right now. So. Yeah. Fingers crossed.
And your neck is your challenge, Auntie?
Yes. I'm trying not to rock, but before I would be rocking, and I'd have my hand on my head like this and walking. I'd be up here walking. I would get like 10,000 steps off of my Fitbit, just walking through the house. I'd be in so much pain. So it's calmed down since I've been going to see this chiropractor, and he's been doing an adjustment on my spine and stuff, and some other things. So I'm on my way to getting healed.
Yeah.
That's what we like to hear.
Yes.
Let's see.
All right, so let's go ahead and hop into it. So I'd say like every Mommyana has a different relationship with her mother. So in this episode, we're going to be talking about close motherly and daughter bonds and how those are built and sustained. All four of us have really good relationships with each other as cousins, auntie, and as well as like mother-daughter. So we'll just dive a little bit deeper into that. So the first question is, how would you describe your relationship with your mother? And I'll let like Demiko and mom, you could go first. So you have to talk about like y'all's relationship here.
I think the OG should go first, May.
Go ahead.
Well, my relationship with my mom was really good. You know, my mom was old school, very old school. I was really, really close to my mom, very close. In fact, to this day, I do a lot of her old sayings. You know, I pass them on to my daughter, and she's like, "What? What?" You know, I say some of those quirky things, but we had a very close relationship. She could tell when things were going on with me. For instance, when I got pregnant with Evan, and I was ready to tell her that I was pregnant, I said, "Mom, I have something to tell you." And she says, "You don't have to tell me. I already know. You're pregnant. I can see it all over your face." And I was like, and so I asked her, "So are you mad? Are you upset? Are you know?" She's like, "No, how can I be mad when I did pretty much the same thing, you know? So I can't judge you or anything like that, but I'm happy and we're going to just take care of that baby."
Oh, that makes my heart warm and fuzzy.
What about you, Didi?
Oof, train wreck. Train wreck. Such a train wreck that your mom had to step in. And a lot of who I am today is sitting right next to you right now. She's like super mom to me. Everything I want to be as a mom and everything I want to be as a grandmother is sitting right next to you.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll go next. I'll say my relationship with my mom. Me and my mom are really close. If you know me, if we homies or something, then definitely you know it. But we're very close with each other. I definitely consider her one of my best friends. I feel like I can talk to her about pretty much anything. We spend a lot of time together when we were younger. Really spent of time together. Like I didn't have very many close relationships with friends. But my mom I was always really close with her. People were really mean to me growing up because I have like red hair and freckles. They thought I was weird. But now everybody loves it. It's really weird. But anyways, I digress. Me and my mom, yeah, we're really close. Yeah, go ahead.
I mean, obviously, me and my mom are super close. I just moved less than 3 minutes away from her. Because we're that close, like you said, like she's my best friend out of everybody in my whole life. Like she's the one I call first, the one I think I call her like every day probably to ask a question, motivation, affirmations that I just might need for the day. She's like my go-to, and I really appreciate having that like relationship in your life as a woman. So I'm happy to have it.
Such a blessing.
It really is.
Yeah.
So how would you guys describe your relationship with your daughter? I guess that's more so for Mommy and Didi. And then I could answer my daughter too, for your son.
I think I don't want to say I'm obsessed. But yeah, I mean, like if I was a stalker, I would probably go to jail. Like,
Okay.
that's how much I love my daughter. Like she's my everything. Like I can tell her anything. I can be as crazy as I want to be, just not in public. I can say whatever I want to say in front of her, and she may have a look on her face like, okay, that came out of her mouth, but she'll keep it pushing, right? Like we have a lot of fun, like times when we laugh so hard our stomachs hurt. Like, yeah, we just have a really, really wonderful bond. Yeah.
Well, yeah, laughter is good for the soul. That's good.
Yes.
You described our relationship.
I think we have a really good relationship. I'm silly as heck.
Mm-hmm.
Silly. We laugh at each other. But having a maternal instinct, I have become very close. And I think the two of you and her will develop that with your children, with your son, as well as your daughter as time goes on. But I can feel things that I know that are going on with her, and that's part of being a mother, a real mother, And I'm glad that I had the mother that I had to develop that characteristic, So she and I are like bestie.
Mm-hmm.
This is my buddy. Just like I tell her daughter, we buddies. She said, we buddies.
I love it. It's all the quotes. I'm so happy.
Yes.
It's so cute.
Those quotes are just keeping you alive.
They are. They're just making me so excited for the future. It's
one quote
insane.
at a time. That's how you keep the babies alive.
Yeah. And I'd say with my daughter, we're definitely close. She's a mama's girl. She want to be around me all the time. Right now, she's kind of struggling. Like, she'll go to other people. She prefers males, but she'll go to other people sometimes. But I have to be like in sight's view. If I'm not there, she's like, "Mama, mama, mama." She be sounding like that too. Like,
does she?
Yes, she has this little deep voice. So yeah, we're really attached to each other. We sleep close to each other every night. I love cuddling with her, and I love being around her too. So I feel like that's something I've prayed for recently, just for us to have a close bond, a close relationship like me and my mom. I've just been seeing it manifest. So it's a beautiful thing.
Yes,
it is.
It is. Yeah. There's nothing like the mother. Nothing like the mother. Dads are cool. Of course, I didn't have that experience, but Mama has the touch. Mama has everything.
She gonna end up on Kevin Samuels. She messing around. Not pumping them dads up like you're supposed to, Auntie.
Yeah, well, we ain't thinking about that, ninja.
Okay. Anyways, next question. So, has your close relationship with your mom ever caused any issues in dating or friendships or any other type of interpersonal relationships that you've had? Toni, you want to answer that first?
I don't really know, because I think I'm so in love with my relationship with my mom that like whether or not like if you have a problem with it, I don't let it affect me. So if people do have an issue or don't feel like I'm spending enough time or whatever the case, I haven't really like noticed. And most of the time I'm guessing they backed off and I just am like, I got my bestie. Like, I don't need to be worried about the fact that you don't want to be in this relationship, because she does. So I think that's my mentality with it. So I really don't know if I have or not.
Yeah, I'll go next. It definitely has impacted a lot of my friendships and relationships. I don't know. A lot of my friends just seem a little jealous about it. Caused like a lot of strife, a lot of distance between us. But typically those friends didn't have good relationships with their mom. So it was like something deeper that they were dealing with and just like really rooted in some deep jealousy. The same thing for like relationships that I've been in. But my mom is super cool. So if you don't like her, then you probably got a problem. If she real chill, you know, like if you don't vibe with her, then you're most definitely the problem.
Something's wrong with you.
Right. Something is definitely wrong. So, yeah. And like, she's really, well, one guy I dated for a really long time. She was really, really close with him. You know, and they still have a pretty good relationship with each other. So I think, you know, it has caused problems, but overall, if you're like just a genuine, I feel like a good person who's trying to like, if you really care about me, then you're gonna be cool with my mom. You'll have a good, positive relationship with her. So, yeah, a lot of those friends who were feeling that type of way. I'm not really associated with them anymore. And when it comes to dating, one thing that I've learned, if a guy doesn't have a good relationship with their mom, then you know, that's a red flag. Not saying you shouldn't be with them, but that's something to definitely be aware of.
Right.
So, yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I definitely agree. I think I'm lucky enough to have a significant other who's like, they have their own personal relationship. And I love that. You know, I get a call like, hey, I talked to your mom about da 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 da. And I'm like, oh, I haven't even talked to her yet today. Like, I'm going to do my phone call later. So I really like appreciate that. And I didn't realize, so I think like, I got into this relationship, how much I adore having somebody who adores my mom and has their own personal relationship with her and made the effort to do that. Because a lot of people they don't make the effort to make a relationship with the parents. And I was really lucky to have that.
He's cool people, Spizzle.
Yeah, I like him.
I like Spizzle. He's fun.
He's fun. Yeah, that's cool. I'm happy you guys have that too.
I don't, Nate, were you jealous of my relationship with my mom?
With your mom? No, no. I wasn't jealous with any of my daughter's relationships, but I could see they were jealous of her with our relationships because we did a lot of things together. We talked. We just spent a lot of time together, and I think their parents or their mother didn't have that close relationship with it. With me being a single mother, you know, I was ready to be a mother. And plus I had experience raising other siblings' kids. For instance, Dee Dee, you know, I had a hand pretty much in all of my siblings' children, except for probably two, and some when they became a little bit older, but I had that experience. So when it came for me having my own child, my goal was to make sure that I had a close relationship with my daughter, and I did the best that I could to do that. I did everything with them, everything, and she can tell you that I did that, but not just her, but Evan also too. I was always there with them. I did everything with
them.
Yeah, she did.
And I did that with Dee Dee. I mean, I took Dee Dee everywhere I went to the point where people thought she was my daughter. You know, I'm like, no, she ain't my daughter, you know, but.
And now your daughter and me look alike.
You look like her too. I'm like,
yeah, I was like, okay.
Yeah.
Y'all looking all identical over here. A little left out. No, I'm just kidding.
Beatrice is chilling, looking at my eyes. Them are Beatrice eyes.
How do you guys feel like you create and sustain healthy mother-daughter relationships?
I think you really have to lean. Go ahead. Sorry.
For me, it's communication. It's communication. You know, for me, I don't believe mothering ends at 18 or 21. You are a mother for life until the day I no longer can breathe. I'm a mother for life. And so that's just the way it is.
Say communication too. Like, I think there's a lot of important things that my mom went through in her life that she shared with me. Like, certain stories. So like that's helped build a lot of trust in our relationship because I'm like, okay, she's shared a lot of like secrets with me or things that, she knows I would never tell anyone. So that's definitely helped a lot. And the same for me too. I've confided in her in a lot of things that I've had going on. So I definitely would say the communication piece and just spending like quality time with each other.
Right.
Whether we're going to get our nails done, going out to eat, or sometimes just chilling, watching TV. Well, I really don't watch a lot of TV. But back in the day, we used to watch more TV.
Yeah, we did.
And yeah, we were just always on the phone. I remember when I went to college, like I'll talk to my mom probably like 3 to 5 times a day. Like I would always call her, like, "What you doing? Okay, I'm going. I'm going."
Always,
like all the time.
She would call me at work and say, "What are you doing?" I'm at work.
Yeah.
I'm like, at work.
I still do it.
Talk to each other like 3 or 4 times a day.
Yeah.
And that's serious business.
Yeah.
She would do that. And now if I don't answer the phone, what are we gonna do with you? You can't answer the phone. I'll be calling you and could be an emergency over there. I'm like, well, I probably did have to go to the restroom, or I was on a conference call at my job. I just didn't.
You could have your phone. I'm gonna be honest. You could have it through all of those experiences. A quick text could have happened. Something. I just feel like you said, communication. We communicate all the time. You need to be ready for the communication. Be prepared.
Yeah.
Call you.
I agree. She do not be answering her phone, and that be pissing me off. What are you doing? Because I know you right by your phone.
And I don't always be right by my phone.
But why, when we're together, does it feel like you're always right by your phone?
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
So it's not adding up.
Because it's in my purse at the time, or I'm over your house at the time.
Yes.
No.
It's like, dang, I was in the shower.
I be having to blow her up. Then I'm texting her like, "What are you doing? Where are you at?"
She used to even put it on Facebook. Why are you not answering your phone? And I look on there. I'm like,
dang, that's a good one. That's a good one. I like that.
I don't like when Toni calls me and like I noticed she calls and I call back and she's like, the first thing out of her mouth is, "Why are you not answering your phone?"
I need to know.
And I just called you back, so I'm like, can we just skip over the explanations? Why?
Right, I'm here now. What is it? What is
it? But if you know I'm gonna do that, just answer the phone.
Right.
We have lives,
Right. We have lives. We have things that we have to do. We still work. We have bodily functions that we have to do. All of that.
You can't bring the phone to the bathroom.
But when y'all call us, we answer the phone.
Right.
Not all the time.
Okay, but we call back. I bet you call back. No, it takes forever.
I'm like, this girl. I just called you 15 times, after you done called me so many times, and now you ain't answering the phone.
That's rare. Okay. That's rare.
I actually think it's experiences. I think we've experienced quite a bit together. And so I think through those experiences, for me at least, like I'm very much an actions person. So having those experiences built so much trust that there's just like nothing that could break because we've done that, we've been through that. Like there's nothing I have to worry about anymore. So I think for me, it's experiences that we've had together, like the good, the bad, the sweet, the ugly. So yeah, for me, it's experience.
I think I wanted to give her something I always wanted for myself. So I think for me, it was like a labor of love for me. And I think that's what continues to build and create the ever-evolving relationship that we continue to have, because it changes throughout. It's changed so many different times. And the beauty of it is this new season of her being a mom and a wife. And it's even more changing. The evolution keeps happening. And I'm always surprised by these new revelations of, okay, what stage am I in right now as a adult mom what role do I play now? Like, so it's quite it for me. It's like an adventure,
Mm-hmm.
and I think that's what keeps it going for me. It's the adventure of what's next, and that there's always a surprise around the corner.
Yeah.
Do you feel like, well, this is to my mom and Dee Dee, like, do you feel like you guys' relationships with us like changed drastically since we became moms?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Better or like how?
I think we're closer than we've ever been.
Mhm. Yeah.
Because there's like that commonality, that experience, that whole thing. Now we both, she doesn't just have a birth story, we have birth stories. It's just that bond of motherhood somehow has changed us in ways that I am delighted to discover. And yeah.
Were
What
you there
about you?
when she gave birth?
Yeah, I can't. No, I wasn't there when she gave birth. I came the next.
You came the same day, it was just hours later.
Yeah, it was
like
just
after.
hours later. Yeah,
But it was same day.
Yeah. I was there throughout the entire birth with Leah, and that was something that I really cherish, to see her, do that and deliver and just be there and hold her hand and she just after once she got the epidural, she was like,
Yeah, yeah, the epidural.
she didn't feel a thing, but it was actually very emotional period for me because I started crying, like my baby was having a baby. And I know that was probably the same sentiment that my mom had when she was in with my son being born. She was there, my sister was there, and I think uh, Dee Dee was there. No, I mean not Dee Dee. Janet was there.
Janet was
So
there.
it was very emotional, and I could feel that when she was going through all of that. I was just very proud of her. It was just very emotional, very emotional. I was very glad that I was able to take part in that.
I really wanted my mom there. It was during COVID, so they had those restrictions. It could only be 2 people in the room, which was perfect because her dad was there and then my mom was there. But really, I was like, as long as my mom could be there, I'll be good. But that's how I felt. And for me, I think it definitely has brought us closer. Just my daughter in general. Like I didn't have a grandma growing up. All of my grandparents on both sides were like pretty much deceased by the time I was like 2 years old. So I have no memories of them at all. So it's like a beautiful thing for me to be able to see my daughter interact with my mom, and my mom and her are really, really close with each other. Like she loves her Lala. So
La la, la
yeah.
la.
So like I'm just so happy and very blessed that I've like been given the opportunity to see, that relationship flourish because that's something I didn't have. So I love it.
Yeah, it's pretty special.
It is. It is.
Yeah,
I used to share stories with Dee Dee all the time about her, and she's like, "I can't wait! I can't wait! I can't wait to do that." I said, it is a type of love that you never knew existed. Of course, you love your kids, but this is something totally different, and it's a feeling that you can't even really describe. I mean, that little girl just. She warms my heart, with me going through my sciatic. I mean, not sciatic, my pinched nerve. She saw me cry and she was, "Don't cry, la la."
No.
Kind of pat me on the back. And I'm like, "Okay, baby, that makes me feel good." But it's an emotion that's almost undescribable. It really is. And it's
And
not
it's
the
isolated from your kids. It's like a separate one, like a separate closet of love that you get to walk into and come out.
Yeah.
It's hard to describe it.
It is. It is.
A beautiful thing. So I want to talk a little bit more about our relationships with each other. Do you all feel like, I know we said there's things that we could talk about our moms with that, like, I guess, like what's your comfort level? What do you guys share with each other as a mother and daughter?
Everything. I have no filter.
I know they do.
Yeah, we talk about everything. I don't have a filter. I'm gonna say it if I feel it, and I think that's the best part about our relationship. Like, there's even things like I love my significant other that I'm like, I want to just talk to a woman and my mom about, like, you cool. I love talking to you about everything, and we're open. However, I'm just gonna ask, like, run about my mom real quick. Like, let's have that conversation first. So yeah, we talk about everything. There's no limits. There's no uncomfortableness. It's just
no filter. Huh?
no filter.
Sometimes I'll be like, okay, Toni.
Yeah. Sometimes it's like, you can keep that to yourself. I'm like, it's okay. I feel like we should talk.
I was like,
It's another level to our relationship. We should just
like,
go ahead and reach.
for you, Toni. Like, okay.
I feel like for us, we definitely like talk about a lot of things, but there's still like strong boundaries in place. Like I ain't gonna call her up and be like, I just got my back blown out last night. Like, I'd rather not hear that about her either. Like I'd rather not know those things about her.
Oh, yeah, I don't think Toni's ever quite done that.
I have never done that.
No.
I've never done that. No.
We don't.
I know there's certain things you don't want to hear. Like, it's more per se, like, I don't feel uncomfortable to tell you. I don't care. However, I get you probably don't want to know. Right. So I can respect that. But if you ask me,
we the same.
Yeah, exactly.
If you ask me, I will tell you.
I feel like my mom might probably share some things with me that I'll be like, okay,
that's enough, Mom. That's enough.
But for me, I'm not gonna go there. Like. Yeah. I know when to shut up.
Well, now I got a question. When Nani first started dating, like, what were your thoughts about that? When she wanted to date and have a boyfriend, what did you think about that right away?
I wasn't really ready for it, but I knew it was going to happen. And I was cool. I pretty much was cool with it. It was something that was gonna happen. I couldn't stop it. I couldn't put a ball and chain on her.
That's what your dad tried to do.
He tried. It didn't work, man.
I didn't want it to happen, but like you, I was like, well, let me get my mind right. Right? I was like, well, it's gonna happen. I just hope that I've instilled enough stuff into her that she can make some good decisions. But like, unbeknownst to most guys, they think that us women just want our kids out here getting them a man. Like, no, I wasn't like thrilled about it. And I was just hoping that she could like get past high school and then start liking boys. Like, I was not like,
you wanted me to get all the way through high school. That's a long time.
How realistic is that? Y'all was liking boys in high school, so
right.
Yeah, we was liking them, but I really didn't have a boyfriend in high school. But
you wanted one.
Yes, I did want one. I had all the brothers, that would drill them and scare them off and stuff. So I did For me, I did a lot of sneaking. I don't have to.
Me too. I snuck around.
No sneaking.
I lied. I did all of that.
Me too.
I did do that.
I snuck. I lied.
Neither. I was telling. I snuck once, but not with you.
Well, with your dad.
I snuck with my dad, but not with you. I was like, hey, I like him. Like, that's what we're doing. So
yeah, she knew I was gonna work it out for myself emotionally. She knew that I had enough emotional maturity to work it out. And despite, like, there's a lot of times in our relationship, she does things that I just really don't want her to do, right? No matter what it is, in my mind, because I'm a mom, she just shouldn't do it. But I did it, to your point, but that's why I don't really want her to do it, because I did. It wasn't a good idea.
Well, but the concept is you don't want them to follow in your footsteps,
right?
However, you have really no control of that. They're going to make the choices that they make on their own.
And sometimes you have to make those bad choices so that you can learn. That's how you gain wisdom, and you learn your biggest life lessons through failure. So
exactly, you have to learn it.
But you guys take us with you on this journey of failure, and we get hurt too.
Yeah,
exactly.
Well, that's the circle of life. I mean,
we can't
perfect, like we can't.
It is what it is.
Yeah, guys. I think this has been a really good conversation. I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it up. But this has been lovely. Good family combos. We'll have to do it again.
Yeah.
Yes.
Next time for sure. But next, all of our followers, y'all tap in with us. Our next episode, we're going to be talking about working home and being a Mommyana. Be sure to follow us on Instagram at Mommyana Podcast, and also on Facebook, Spotify, and Apple Podcasts. You can find us. I'm always looking for guests to come on and join me in our discussions. So feel free to slide into our DMs on IG, or you can hit us up at mommyana.podcast@gmail.com. And big shout out to my brother Derek for the editing on the episodes. Check him out on IG at dweatherlybeats. And we'll see you guys later.
All right.
Thanks for having us.
We're locked in.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.
D Weatherly gon' kill it.